All right, as some of you may or may not know, I created this YouTube channel a couple of years ago, February of 2022. And originally I called this channel Black Swan Diaries because I wanted to document not only my journey, but I also wanted to document as to what was going on around us. So I called the channel, I eventually changed it to Black Swan Revelations because I was always feeling that we are actually in a Black Swan event. We just don't know what that Black Swan event is. Because again, one of the three criteria for having a Black Swan event is, one of those is you don't know you're in a Black Swan event. That's the second thing is a financial catastrophe that is worldwide. And then the third thing is you use hindsight bias, which means after it's over, you look back and you go, I should have saw the signs. So this is what I wanted to do over the past couple of years, just every once in a while, talk about the Bible, talk about Revelation, talk about what's going on. And there's one thing that I didn't really think about too much, and that is the idea of power outages. I didn't really put two and two together. I've seen some videos in the past where there were power outages in California, New York, different parts of the States, and I just didn't really put anything together. I didn't take any of that stuff serious until today. All of a sudden, we're getting emergency alerts right across Alberta. Our cell phones are blowing up now, and you probably, if you're in Alberta, you probably had one of these notifications on your cell phone. So I wanted to just share my thoughts as to what's going on with the this emergency alert. And it's kind of interesting because this is not the first time that we've had cold weather like this. We've had this before. Last year, in fact, was colder for like a period of like a month or so in Calgary. And I'm telling you, it was cold. And this time around, it actually wasn't that bad until a few days ago. So you're telling me 3 days of cold in Calgary, and now we got to get an emergency alert telling us to be prepared to make macaroni in microwaves instead of using your stove. Don't plug in electrical cars and all this stuff. If people are thinking about buying an electric car, I think you just crashed that right now. I think you just crash the hopes and dreams of people going, you know what, Alberta can have electric cars right across Alberta, no problem, when you start throwing stuff like this out. So anyways, I want to read a story in the book of Exodus that maybe kind of ties some of this stuff in, but this is a plague of hail. So this is Exodus 9, chapter 9, verse 22. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand towards heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man, upon beast, upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt, so that there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, and very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, and all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. So I want to talk about this the last verse, verse 25. And hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. So what was happening here? Well, this was hoarfrost as well, meaning these branches broke because it got extreme cold weather came in, mixed with hail, fire that was running along the ground. And that's how these trees broke. And whatever was left in the field from the previous plagues were destroyed by basically hoarfrost, if you will. So, and this mentions this if you read in Psalms. It's somewhere in Psalms. I can't remember exactly what chapter, but it talks about this type of thing. So the reason why I bring that up is in news articles or news footage, you're going to start seeing a little bit more of this, where you're going to see not only thunderclouds moving in, not only snow, not only hail, not only rain, but you're going to see lightning storms now. They're going to be talking a little bit more about that. And I don't know if that's something that is on purpose, that they're doing it on purpose, or if this is some kind of a unique electrical storm that we've never seen before. Because if you think about it, it's actually tapping or maxing out our power grids, which is, I just never even thought that that would be even possible, to have electrical type storms in the wintertime mixed with fire. This could probably cause fire to some people's homes, businesses, all this kind of stuff. So I would say pay attention to that when you're watching the news over the next couple of days. Don't just pay attention to when they say thunderstorms or heavy snow or whatever it is, but pay attention to when they say lightning storms. And I think that's going to increase. So it's kind of interesting that this type of phenomena is happening right now. Saw a little bit of a spark there. So I don't know how that's going to play out in the next few days, because by Monday, Tuesday, the weather's supposed to get better, especially here in Calgary. And really by the end of the week, we're going to be -12, -15. Right now it's like -35. So it'll be interesting to just pay attention to this, watch the news, and see what's going on. It seems kind of weird because, again, we've never had any weather that's like this. I would consider this is not a major cold front, if you will, especially in Alberta. We've had worse conditions. I grew up with worse conditions. Snow that was like 6 feet high, blizzards, you couldn't move anywhere, that kind of stuff in Alberta. And extreme cold, like this, yeah, -32, -35 for like 3 or 4 days. That's nothing compared to what I've experienced in the past 20, 30 years in Calgary. I'm telling you, there were times where it felt like there were 2-3 months in a row of cold starts with your vehicle. I've only had to do that one time with my vehicle this year. So it's interesting that this is what is going on right now, that we're getting these power outage warnings and all this kind of stuff. It just makes me a little bit suspicious. Like, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I'm like, man, we have enough resources and all this kind of stuff, and now you're starting to issue these emergency alerts and stuff, and I'm just like, really? Is this where we're at right now? Is this what you want to do? We're starting off 2024 with a bit of a bang this way, putting a little bit of fear. Like, is this a test run? Are we going through some kind of a test run to prepare for perhaps later in the spring for more power outages in the springtime, in the summer, and maybe leading into next year? Because once you get used to this, eventually you're just going to fall into it, and you'll be like, yeah, this is a normal thing. We just turn out our lights. We don't leave our home. We don't buy electric cars, whatever it is. We just stay in place, and we don't ask any questions. So this is just something to be mindful, because that's what my channel is about. Black Swan revelations. And if you got something out of this, if you know of something else that you think is going on, let me know that in the comments as well. Feel free to subscribe and let me know, is it cold? Are you experiencing power outages where you are? Let me know that in the comments. Let me know where you're watching these videos from. And again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.